like looked into that.
It never works on this computer.
I know this computer is very good. So this.
Zoom to you too.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on. It's just like the way we record it, really. Like that's where it works. Okay. But there's a setting in theory, like for sound music, because it doesn't pick up sound well, but it doesn't work like that. I mean, I don't know what. Supposedly something works, but so far I don't know what it is.
I'm trying to like explore something.
You put it on the setting like you're supposed to. Okay, so this.
I think it takes.
That's great.
Break.
I know.
Go is take a break.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your where was your
So my last check was I was intending a VC.
You mean? Oh yeah.
Just
You completed it, or you're in the process? Nice.
My ceremony was yesterday.
Well,
Yes, it was a ceremony.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So, hi everybody. Shalom.
Shalom.
Hi. Thanks for coming. Here's a kid. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
My name's Shevach, and Yosef and I have, been friends for a while and want to bring, I think it's really a time to work together, learn how to come together and work together and do things together more. So we thought we'll do this together, and hopefully there'll be many more. So we each kind of, usually share in different ways, on a creative side with music, with opening hearts, with meditation, different things, and we're going to kind of weave together tonight. It'll be an experiment. I'm sure it'll be special. I'm happy that everybody's here. And I'll just say one, quickly little introduction. In general, these kinds of classes, which I named it, what did I name it? Spiritual chill or something like that. Because basically, I've been an artist for many, many years, for decades. And when I came to Israel, I grew up without having Judaism as a thing. I just didn't learn about it at all. And then when I came to Israel, I was like, wow, it's happening. Israel is amazing, and finding this great wisdom and just, flowing tons of wisdom in it. And I had gotten into art at the same time. It all happened at the same time. I got into art in college. I got into painting. And so to me, it always went together, learning, kind of considering, thinking these inspiring thoughts or mind, heart opening type learnings, and creating. And so it kind of developed into sharing, sharing this kind of experience with people, because I think it should be full of takeaways, the experience, coming and finding a way to integrate into our lives more of these things. It's super essential things that we find often to be we don't always have it in the center. Creativity, spirituality, going deeper on things. And so I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. We'll go into the experience and just say always our learning and our exploring and creativity are coming together, being here in Yerushalayim. It should be a zchut for Am Yisrael, and our soldiers should be protected, our hostages should be saved, and everything should turn around for the good. There's an idea that everything turns over for the good. Rabbi Nachman says, how should we do this? Maybe if you guys go this way, and then they can come in. And someone else can here too. Yeah, Judy will sit here. Welcome, shalom, everybody. So just saying that our coming together should be, it should be, it's significant. It's not it's not stam at all to come together and like learn together and hope together and kind of focus and go deeper together. And it should bring goodness in this world. And like Rabbi Nachman says, there's an idea where everything can turn around for the good. So wherever we're taking in information, what we think is going on in the world, first of all, what do we really know? And whatever it all is, it should just turn for the good. It should all just be. Even before we, like the second I got to Yerushalayim, I just drove here from Tzfat. I live in Tzfat. I got to Yerushalayim, I came in and the sirens went off. I said, okay, like the opposite of that, like before we leave this class, we should get like such good news. We're just like mind blown. Yeah, everything's turning for the good. Yeah, you can come in. Shalom. Welcome.
This looks lit.
Welcome. Yeah, there's also more chairs.
I know you guys in Smart. There's some Saturday night chills.
Nice. See, it's what follows me. Can't get away from it.
Maybe we could dim the lights a little bit.
I think so. Let's see. Can you just turn off the one closest? Is that good? More? That's pretty good.
Okay, so welcome everybody. It's a pleasure doing this as well with Shevach, and it's cool because also we know each other for a long time from Tzfat. If any, I'm sure a lot of groups that come up to Tzfat. Shevach is incredible glass blowing video and everything. So it's we've connected for many years, and it's cool to do something together. Are there more seats?
There's chairs out there. Yeah.
Welcome everybody. So something also really sweet about this gathering is that usually I like try to integrate music and meditation together, but now we have an additional modality of art. So there's so many different ways that we're able to connect, and it could also be spoken of between a lot within science or psychology, the difference between the right and the left brain, as the left is being more of the logical side, the right is the more creative. And the creative side allows us to also expand and connect it a bit more to that soul space. And we are also thinking about speaking about the idea of just connecting to more and more light, especially as it's almost going to be Chai Elul in 2 days, and Rosh Hashanah is coming up. It's the Chag of Elul of Ani L'Dodi L'Dodi Li, that Melech B'Sadeh. It's a time that Hashem is waiting for us to do a little bit of Hitaruta Dilatata, which means awakening from below in order for there to be a great awakening from above. So the mashal of the king is in the field is that Hashem is there to be able to bring down all of that light and everything, but all we have to go is step out and enter into that field, and we have to do our part. And once we do our part, just even a little bit, it allows us to there's a lot more light within this time, and it's achana to the rest of the chagim. So if we could if you guys want to even close your eyes and just connecting to that idea of more and more light. And once we connect to light, we're able to expand that light and connect to more of it. One idea which I heard recently which is very interesting how, if I'll explain this correctly, but light, so vessels, right, there's idea of the vessels and the light, that within Kabbalah it's a constant theme, the light and the vessels, that when Hashem first, before creating the world, there was a breaking of the too much light within the vessels. It created a breaking point, and there's always this fusion between the light and the vessel, which another way of saying the giver and the receiver, the energy of the masculine and the feminine. And something very interesting is that the light and the vessel come from the same space. It's spoken about within Kabbalah. And I forgot exactly how it's explained. I think the way it's explained is that once there's a lot of light, when there's a lot of light, then there's a separation between the more physical aspect of the light and the more spiritual aspect of the light. And within the light, there are these two different aspects. There's the body, so to speak, of the light, and the spirituality of the light. And then the physical aspect starts to fall down, and then the aspect of the light starts to rise up, and then from that physical aspect of the light ends up creating a vessel. So which allows us to understand that really the vessel and the light are really part of the same dimension and the same theme, which allows for more of an integration of everything, the vessel and the light, the body and the soul. So we could just take a moment to breathe in together and breathe out. Taking another deep breath in and breathing out. Just choosing with our mind to connect to each other, the aspect of after Recha Kamocha. We could just connect to the soul within each of each other, that there's a light within. There's that soul, there's that spaciousness, that I that's within the body. But it could also be separated from the body, and it could notice the body, it can notice each other's. So just taking a moment to recognize that within each other and just choosing to connect to each other. And the breath out. One of the ways of getting into the meditative place is by being curious and noticing. So just noticing the different noises in the room, noticing the energy of the room, noticing the sense of touch, where you're sitting, the temperature, noticing the sound within the room, the sound of the guitar, the silence behind these sounds, any other distractions, physical ones or in the mind, and thoughts, distracting thoughts, noticing those, moving to the sense of smell, just noticing the smell of the room, the taste, even as we're closing our eyes, we could see those little blocks of light. And just being curious of them. When the mind wanders, and it's going to wander over and over again, we can just choose to bring it right back to the space, to the noise, to the guitar playing, to the sense, the different senses which are connected, to the different elements of creativity, of noise, of singing, of seeing and drawing. Senses, and resting in a place of spaciousness within that's bigger than this room, that could fill up the room, that can move out of the body, and that can move right back in, and that could be aware of the body, that could bring a fusion between the body and the soul, the giver and the receiver, creating that yichud, that unification, And once there's that unification, there's more light which is brought down. So you can just take to connect to the forehead, allowing it to relax and soften. And if there's any mitach, any discomfort within one of the parts of the body, you can just notice it and breathe into it. And go. Cheeks, allowing it to soften and relax. The ears, the nose, the back of the head to soften and relax. Just noticing what it's like to start to see from the back of the head. You can see from the front, and as we're closing our eyes, you can also notice what it's like and just be curious what it's like to see from the back. Seeing the shoulders relaxing and softening, the elbows relaxing and softening, the hands relaxing and softening, the stomach, the back dropping and sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into the meditation, into the spaciousness, into the sense of self, into the eye that could just be aware, that could notice, that could relax, that sense of light within the vessel, that can notice the thighs to relax, the knees to relax, the feet to relax, the toes to relax, and allowing the whole body to relax and soften and dropping and sinking deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like that light is closely connected to the vessel, the soul is closely connected to the body. You can just notice that sense of the body, there's also light. To notice the body and breathe into it in every moment, in every spot, able to connect to that light and then connect to the soul within each part of the body and connecting to that general soul that's noticing all of this. Noticing yourself from a bird's eye view, noticing us all from a bird's eye view, sending a positive energy just by choosing to send positivity and light just by choosing to do so, and just noticing what color the light is as we're choosing to send it around. Just allowing the imagination, judgment without trying, without needing it to be perfect. If there's that part that feels like it needs to be perfect, you could just notice that and allow it to move to the side. Zooming back into the body, allowing yourselves to receive some of that light. Taking a breath in together, and a breath out, a breath in. And as we sung together, just getting deeper, just noticing if there's any light that you've been able to connect to. Maybe there's that buzzing feeling or that expansive feeling. It could be within a certain part of the body or hovering over the head. And able to recognize that light, then Nakuda Tova, the more we're able to expand it throughout the body. To the song, feel free to sing along. And noticing the fusion of the light in the vessel, the body, and the soul, and how in the essence they're connected in that way. So I open my eyes. Sometimes it's inside. Taking another deep breath in together. And a breath out. Another breath in. Out. And just taking a moment to notice if there's any sense of light within the space in the room, within the body, some sense of expansiveness, of spirituality beyond the physical, or within the physical, and just choosing to bring some down, more of that, more. And allowing yourselves to be open to that sense of creativity and imagination and expansive. Of course, also sending some of that light to the soldiers, to all those that were just injured. And the breath out. Feel the feet on the floor. Going back into the space.
So the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh, when he was known to go into a room, he would say, more light, more light. So in those days, they didn't have electricity, they would light candles. Right? So I meant to put a bunch of candles over there. I can imagine candles lit all over the room. Maybe I'll find some soon and light them. But that experience of we live in a generation where all of the great people of our entire history, it's us, it's in us. And so this aspect of the Baal Shem Tov, think of all, it's good, it's energy, you know? It's alive. Yerushalayim is alive. So this, like Yosef was just saying, it's a choice. You could take a minute and just say, like, I want there to be more light. When the Baal Shem Tov came into a room, there was probably a few candles lit. There was light, but he wanted more light. And so this place of connecting light and vessel, body and soul, paying attention, bringing embodiment to our just how awesome it is to be alive, like all the way into the like a conscious. Imagine living like fully consciously like awake to how awesome it is to be alive, and that there's always that choice to bring more light. So walk into a room and say, I want there to be more light here. Or to be in the world and say, I want there to be more light here. To choose that. So this is a theme that we chose for tonight. Tomorrow night is Chai Elul, which is the yard side of the Baal Shem Tov, which is well known as the beginning of the end. Beginning of the end, meaning there's on Chai Elul, there's 12 days left of the year. And one way of looking at it is, there's so many ways of looking at it, because it's Chai, it's like the life of Elul. It's like this alive day, which is the day of the Baal Shem Tov, and he is the figure who was, I was saying before, when all the people came by, all the energy came by, that we it's an important point that we live in a generation where the greatness of all of the generations of the people, of our people, of us, it's time for it to come through, and we're the ones who are here. It's in us. So this ability to tap into that place of the Baal Shem Tov, of connection, of wanting more light, of knowing that it's really real for us. We're here for this. This is it's all about us. And so one of the great amazing things about being in the world is that we're like here to connect Shemayim and Aretz, these great beyond things that are seemingly not graspable, and like here we are in the physical place, table. We're gonna pull out some paint and paper and gonna put something down on a physical way, which is it's transferring. You can transfer something very very important to see, like in the physical world. We have the opportunity to do that. And it might sound very abstract, and maybe it is very abstract. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It could be just a flow of whatever comes through. This is not the kind of like art experience where anyone's judging or even looking at what it is in that way. It's an integration experience of using materials in the world to be present in the world in that way, and then we'll see. It'll be like whatever comes through. Will be surprises and good things. So I'm gonna, maybe it'll help me pass out stuff. Pass out some materials. Yeah, maybe fill up some waters. 5, 6. Yeah, 6 is probably good. So maybe pass these around. And just in case, so nobody's like nervous about anything, it's just like really, it's like kids' art materials. No worries, it's all good. Huh? Let's see. I think there's more. So, but watercolor paper. I'm really not into teaching techniques. Like really, whatever comes through is good. But just a couple like basic things of how it works. So, watercolor paper. the side that I'm passing it facing up, like keep that side up. That's the side to paint on. Okay? And like take one and pass it around. Yeah, move it further. And if it's not, and if you guys aren't fitting at the table, so we'll improvise. We'll just like, yeah, more people could squeeze in, and we'll also could like, Okay, I'm passing this out, and then I'm gonna yeah. Yeah, so nice.
Thank you so much for whoever made this happen.
Yeah, we're all in it together.
This is so awesome.
So there's like a normal Tuesday night thing, and we're trying to like make some like interesting waves with it.
So cool.
Yeah, it's a regular thing. Sure thing. Maybe I'll just pass this around, like grab a few and pass them around. These are brushes. So just take a minute to like get materials, and then I'm gonna give us a little focus on. Yeah, it's watercolor. So I'm gonna explain. Everyone, just make sure you have a brush or two and some paint and water nearby you.
Do you have a pencil?
There are pencils.
It was the person who was holding the phone. I think so.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a little. You can paint whatever you want, but I'm gonna give you a little. There's like pens and pencils here as
Did you
well.
any chance just come from like Carnot area?
I just came from Tzfat.
Oh. I thought it was sorry before I get there. I was tripping.
Okay, so
That's dedication though. Coming from Scotland. Thank you.
seriously.
That's awesome.
Do we have another?
We need some spots.
Oh, we need more paper. How many people need paper? Who doesn't have paper? Just one? Wow.
Maybe you want any extra paper down there?
Yo, cheesy. It was so good. It was so good. Yo, you got me in such a good place. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was so nice. What's up? What do you
Is
want?
there any extra paper down there?
Paper? No.
Here, we can pass this one out. There's just one person. Here, pass this down. Just one person here. Here, I'll use that. I'll use this. Yeah. We're working on it. Okay. Use this side of this one. Okay, so let's
Is there like a base of what we're supposed to draw?
yeah. I'm gonna give you guys like a little a prompt, as they say. You guys have more paper? Is there?
Whose house is this?
Oh, Shlomo, the house every Tuesday night.
Is this your house? I love your house. I love how you have Shlomo on the wall. I'm like, hey, my house now, I want that. That's awesome. It's so awesome. This sick house. I feel like I'm in sauce right now.
It is a beautiful house.
Okay. How many more papers we need? 2, 3? Okay.
What? Legit?
Okay, as long as we're like a little like scattered. Here, pass these over.
Shlomo.
Sorry.
Yeah, anyone who needs paper, take paper.
Yo, I'm running it back. Thanks, man, again. Hang this up on my wall. Well, I still have my painting on my bed.
I need
Are there extra paper? Yeah, there's
Yeah, there's so many.
There's more paint too.
You've done watercolor?
Okay.
You don't need a paper?
Okay, everyone has paper? Everyone got a couple of brushes. There's a bag of brushes going around. So you can, it's coming. It'll be there in a sec. Okay, so I'm gonna start to just give us a little direction. So I noticed a year ago, suddenly that Rav Kook is talking about the spiritual importance of creativity a lot, meaning I think most people think like, okay, painting, watercolor painting, it's like, oh, did I do that in first grade? Like, how do you do it? You know, like it's like a side project type thing, side hobby. And really, we're learning from Rav Kook that I'm so glad you guys all came. This is so awesome. Right. We should come every week. Yalla. So good. So really, and it's like we said before, and what like Yosef said, that it was very like important to me, that aspect of like all of us connecting to each other. Like we're like in a spaceship together. Like we're in a vessel together here, making a vessel. It's a safe space to be real, to go deep, to be clear, to be together, and that's what the world needs. We need to get together. We need to get together. So it's really beautiful that we're doing this. So Rav Kook explains that we have a speaking soul. We have a soul that wants to express itself, and it's not like a side hobby, and it doesn't mean that you have to be a good artist. And these are just my words, like saying, you know, but it's not about proving that you know how to do something as a skill at all. It's like, it's just expression. And part of why I like doing this with painting, because there's all kinds of art. I'm also a glass blower. With glass blowing, you can't just like do whatever. It doesn't work. Like you have to follow a lot of rules and do the techniques. In painting, you can really flow. You can just like take some color and flow it on a page, and that's a painting. And the soul likes that. We get like we're here to express ourselves. What's unique about human beings is that we can speak. We're a speaking soul. So it's however simple it might come out, however not beautiful or yes beautiful, or I want it or I don't. It doesn't matter. Just something. Even scribbling is great. It's like so healthy, because then like something that was inside came out through that action of deciding to like move your hand and pick a pen or a color and a paintbrush and just move it, and that's, you're speaking. It's very, very healthy and good. So I'm going to read some beautiful words from Rav Kook, and I want everyone to just I said I'm not going to teach techniques, but I am going to tell you one little thing. I keep saying that. But the one way that watercolor works, and with the materials we have, sorry if it's not like top quality, but still explore with it. So it's called watercolor for a reason, because you paint with water actually. So there's a technique of first starting your painting, like just painting with water. No colors yet. So this is like clearing the space, getting yourself like moving. You can't get it wrong. There's no long lines when you paint with just water, because it's all clear. And you can paint on your page something that seems like a real shape, or even a letter or lines, or it could just be covering areas or dots or whatever you want, right? Don't flood your page that the table is like soaking wet, but like water on the page, okay? And that's, so I want to encourage everyone to just take a little bit of water on a brush, if you can, and just start to kind of move around on the page just with water. And while you're doing this, I'm going to read some words from Rav Kook, and then I'll give you the prompts to move into flowing into the color, okay? But let's just start with water. It says, do you need paper?
Yes, please, but also some paint for people down there.
Here's more paint.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And some brushes.
You guys have two? There's a bag, a yellow bag has the brushes somewhere. Getting everything
Might
right
be
there.
some more paper might be down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're painting, and one intention that I'll give is that when you paint or you draw, you have your hand is usually like that's what's holding the kli, the paintbrush or the pen. So if you trace back from your hand, it comes back to what? To your heart, right? So as simple as it might be, it'd be painting water on a page that you can't even see. You're still expressing your heart in doing this, like simply, okay? Just like, just flow with it, yeah.
You're making beauty even more beautiful.
Yeah, and even just like, being a little bit conscious and just like breathing, you're making the world a better place. You're making the world a better place. And then we're going to add in a bit more intention and specifics. So here I'm going to read a few words from Rav Kook.
Is there any new paper?
Yeah, we have. No problem. You want to give me that one?
Yeah. That's clear.
That
If there is, let's show. If there is, that would be awesome.
Here. I think there's a. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, this one.
Awesome. That's perfect.
Okay, amazing. Okay, so as we're painting with water, and again, like the intention, your heart is expressing itself, and we all know we want things to be better. We want things to be better for the people that we love. We want things to be better for the world. Just a simple intention of like more light, more light, more light coming into this world. Says Rav Kook, if you will, look at the divine light inside of everything. Look at the heavenly life, how it spills into every direction and corner of reality. The divine light is in the spiritual as well as the physical. It stands before the eyes of the body as well as the eyes of the soul. Contemplate the wonders of creation. Look at the divine life within them. Do not perceive the universe as a faded image that's placed in your line of vision from afar. Rather, you must be familiar with the reality in which you live. Know yourself in your world. Know the thoughts of your heart and of every visionary and philosopher. Find the source of life that is within you, that is beyond you, that surrounds you. Know the glory of life of which you are a part. You must take the love inside you and elevate it to its powerful, refined, and beautiful source. Expand this love to all of its branches, to anything that has a soul of life inside. It's only the fault of the perceiver that causes the light to appear diminished. Look into the lights and into their essence. Do not let the descriptive names swallow your soul. The words and letters are given into our hands. We are not given into their hands. Rise up higher and higher. You have enormous strength. You have spiritual wings. You have the wings of powerful eagles. Do not deny them or they will deny you. Seek them and they will find you immediately. Famous song. You have? So once you get some water flowing, we're gonna go into music and just painting. And you can, when the page is wet, so you can take a little bit of paint. Like if you haven't done watercolor painting before, if you have, like, sorry, but whatever, you just get the paintbrush wet and kind of pick a color and kind of rub it on that color, and then the paintbrush will pick up the color. And if you touch it to your page where it's wet, hopefully you'll get some flows going. So you can just get some, like, we're just going simple here. Just flow on the page, a little bit of color. Always go back to water. Water is going to make it flow more, make it more light and flowing.
Is there another paper?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So cute.
You could talk. Yeah, sure. It's pretty great. There's great.
Should we compare? Should do it already. There's a bag going around.
Yeah.
So feel free to keep painting if you're in the flow, and if you want to take a break, that's also good. With watercolor, if you paint with watercolor and then you leave it for a few minutes, it can dry to some extent, and then you could like paint on it again, and it's not flowing, which allows for like another layer. So if you want to like give even part of your page, give it a little bit of a break, and I'm going to share a little bit more, and then we'll go into the next phase of prompts. So I'm going to bring in another element now. Okay. So up to now we're coming into presence, thinking about bringing light, simplicity, some flow, some color, coming together in the spirit of bringing good and light to this world that really needs it. And we are here 13 days before Rosh Hashanah, right? It's the 17th of Elul, and the gematria of 17 is Tov. It's a good day, and whatever was good in this past year, we can be thankful for, and whatever was difficult in this year, it's time to let it go, and making space for newness. And the shift, a big part of the shift of reality comes through with something very specific with Rosh Hashanah and the Chagim, which is the shofar. And I'm sure we've all heard the shofar before. And, when we think about it a little bit, I'm just going to share with you a couple ideas about the shofar. And we're going to kind of integrate these ideas, however it's coming through, into what's coming through in the painting. And you can feel free to keep painting on your page. You can also turn your page over. If people want more paper until we run out of paper, I don't mind handing out more paper, okay? But for now, just a couple of words about shofar. So when all these teachings I learned as I was driving here today from Tzfat, from Rosh Shmuel Eliyahu, my Rav, the Rav of Tzfat, he was talking about shofar. So there's 3 different ways where it comes up when it's talked about. The shofar is talked about Hashem blowing the shofar, right? In relationship to Hashem, that comes up in the Torah when the Torah was given. The Torah was given. It was with the sound of the shofar. It was very, very loud, right? It was loud and getting louder, and the people could see the sounds. So I don't know about any of you guys if you've ever seen sounds. I mean, we must have all seen sounds because we were all there. But this, what's the word, synesthesia or something? It's like where you like cross over senses, right? So being able to see a sound, being able to hear a color or a vision. So this is something about what it was like to receive the Torah, with the sound being the sound of the shofar, of this newness, this moment where a great light came into the world, and we have a great honor of being the people to receive it. And that's where it comes up in the Torah. In Ketuvim, the writings, so the great example of this is David HaMelech, right? David HaMelech is singing, and he brings up shofar, Halu b'kol shofar, right? We say, when we blow the shofar, that's like us blowing the shofar. So the first one is the shofar being blowing and us getting like huge downloads of light and reality. The second one is us blowing the shofar in like praise, or like playing music, an expression, right? That's another angle from the shofar. And in the Nevi'im, in the prophecy, it talks about how the shofar is talking about how things are going to be in the future. And the time of the blowing of the shofar gadol, when there's a big shofar blown, meaning also, as Yosef brought up beautifully in the meditation when we started, any actions that we're taking here, they're affecting the upper worlds. So when we come and we show up to express ourselves, to blow the shofar, this is making like shofars open up in the heavens, big time. Like there's only so much that we get, like a tiny little sense of perception, and there's so much more. So I want to invite us to just open up our hearts to believing that and knowing that it's so much more is happening than what we see and what we can grasp, and that's a good thing. Hashem Gadol, Hashem is awesome. So the good that is coming down in the world is like way beyond anything we could grasp, and the hiddenness of knowing that things are good is just blocking us from knowing that. So I want to bring one other little thing about the shofar, and then we're gonna move into the next level of prompt with some music, including shofars from our expert shofar blower Judy.
Yeah.
So the Arizal says, the holy Ari says that, so on Rosh Hashanah we hear the shofar, right? So it's called the day that the world was like coming into being. It's the newness, and it's our new life for that year, actually on that day. And it's understood in the deeper teachings of the Torah, when the shofar is blown, that blowing that Hashem does of the shofar is like into our mouths, that we are brought to life. So when you hear the shofar being blown and you breathe in, could do it consciously or really breathing in anytime. I mean, that sound even from Har Sinai, the sound of the shofar, it's not that it's not, it's just we don't always tap into hearing it, but it's there. All the movements of sound, the movements of the shofar, it shows itself in nature, right? When there's big movements in nature, when the Makot happened in Egypt, right? When the different plagues happened in Egypt, that was a shofar blowing. You see the whole world, she was suddenly covered with, animals or whatever. That's Hashem speaking to the world. It's being expressed in this way. So in that moment, coming back to Rosh Hashanah, when we hear the shofar, we're breathing in that moment. The Arizal says it's literally like we're being born in that moment. It's like a new life. So however long we've been here, up until now, up until Rosh Hashanah, and now, because it's always, but Mamish on Rosh Hashanah is very strong. That was until then, and it's now a new life. It's time for newness, and to open our heart. It's part of what I love about painting and art, is that it's like an adventure. Like even as much as you might plan, I don't know about you, but as much as I might plan a painting or whatever I want to make, it never turns out what I thought, ever. And I've done a lot of paintings. Like it's like 3 decades of painting. That's just not what happens. It's related, but it's not what I was thinking. Meaning, like, it's an adventure. What's coming through is newness, and that's the truth. Like that's what life is really. Every time we breathe in a new breath, it's a gift. The shofar is being blown. Of Hashem is deciding to give us life in this moment, and we receive it. Every time we breathe in, it's a gift. We didn't do anything to deserve it. And recognizing that at the head of the year, at the Rosh Hashanah, at the beginning of the year, and recognizing, okay, I can really believe in newness for myself, for everyone else. I look at other people, I thought I knew them. Giving everyone a chance for that newness to coming through, and ourselves. So this makes more space for more light, because any of our small ways of seeing things up until then, if we let them go, then more light can come in our lives, in how we see each other, and how we interact with each other, and how we see Am Yisrael, how we see how things are going in the world. Maybe we're so sure we know what's happening because we listened to the news. Whoops, don't do that. But but really, we might hear it without even listening. Like it's everywhere. So we might start to believe things, but it might have nothing to do with reality. So in this moment of great opportunity of newness, which is now, which is always, and definitely Rosh Hashanah, Erev Chai Elul, when the Baal Shem Tovs left the world, the Baal Shem Tov name was Israel. So Baal Shem Tov came in the world in a time when Am Yisrael, the Jewish people, was like passed out, like we fainted Like we were in a very, very low place. We were like not conscious. And what do you do when someone faints? How do you help them? One of the great things that you can do is whisper in their ear their name. If you whisper in someone's ear their name, they wake up. So Baal Shem Tov's name is Yisrael, is Israel. So Baal Shem Tov is like that whisper in the ear of the Jewish people, like it's time to wake up. So ever since the Baal Shem Tov came into the world, we've been given this, like these gateways opening and opening for us to wake up. And we're in like very special times where like, it's like fast track wake up times. So with this, I just want to invite everyone to, take a breath, take a moment. If anything that was shared, any of your painting, before from the music, if something's like, really striking you, something's coming through, maybe it's a prayer, maybe it's an idea, maybe it's something that I'm hoping for this year, something to take a takeaway. See if something's coming through and kind of like hitting you. And then I want to invite you to add that to your painting one way or another. It could be on the other side of your page. It could be in your painting. You could take a pen and write something. It's very, very open here. You can just some way of bringing it through. But on a personal level, this level of recognizing, we're being given a chance. We're being given another chance. Baruch Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Again and again and again. Every single breath, and definitely Rosh Hashanah. And Rosh Hashanah, that moment of the shofar blowing, where we come into our being born anew. This moment of taking a moment of kind of tapping into, how do I want to bring more light? How do I see myself in this bigger picture of the world? We might remember in that moment. It might help us like to bring it through to a new level, and even if we don't consciously. Very good little exercise to take through. Okay, so invite everyone to take a moment. Consider how you want to bring in more light, how you want to step in. If we're being given life again, like people who have had near-death experiences. So how does a person feel after they realize how precious life is, right? We have moments that are less extreme than that, which also wake us up to whatever extent, but we can also think ourselves there. We can understand if it's really true that we're starting anew, we're getting a whole new life when that shofar is blown on Rosh Hashanah. So we can experience life on a completely different level. We can be free of constraints that we had before, of how we look at ourselves, how we look at other people, anything that might have been blocking us. It can be a new life. We can let it go. We can bring light in that space. Okay, sometimes I share things a little bit vague. Feel free to ask questions if you want, and feel free to like keep painting. And if you feel like playing music, you also can. If you want to say something else. Simchat.
I have a brush that's just not flat.
Is there more paper?
Can you pass this down? Can you pass this? Can you pass this?
Another idea is we're drawing and painting over here. Maybe drawing is not the correct word. Painting, water painting. The idea of hitchadshut, which is the bechina, the aspect of Rosh Hashanah and the shofar. The shofar is that sense of awakening, that sense of screaming. That calls for, a new beginning. And And when we're shaken by a sound, when it comes from this place of minamitza kratika, from this narrow space, and the shofar, the way that it's created is that there's this narrow little hole, and then it expands more and more, which represents that idea of that contraction and moving into the expansiveness, and that root of hitorut, of that awakening, when we hear that sound of pain and moving into the light. I think as something that was coming up for me when as I was drawing, is that every single moment there's a new or paint that we have to have this constant movement of newness and newness and newness for every single brush of paint. And that aspect of Rosh Hashanah, of that constant renewal, where we have that capacity to tap into that space of constant renewal, that every moment is a new moment. And we're able to recreate every single moment. And even if we started, as the painting a certain way, and then it just forms into something else, and then it forms into something else, and it's a new beginning. We should be blessed with many new beginnings at every moment. That new light, which is found at every moment. Shit chokhmah, like chokhmah is that aspect of light, and it comes from that sense of keter, of nothingness, and to that nearness, to that sense of light.
I was trying to sing it. Maybe I thought I'd sing it, but it didn't work.
You know how to do that? You can play with them.
Kind of. It's hard.
Yeah, maybe I'll drill holes on it.
Try. Okay, so it would be amazing to just keep going forever, and we should keep coming back again and again. Maybe we'll take a couple of minutes before we wrap up. I'll just say now, like, what do you call it? Like housekeeping. So, like, the suggested payment is 50 shekels. There's like a little box here, or if you want to pay another way, you can get in touch with us. So can take care of that, and also we want to keep in touch and get together more. I tried to send around a piece of paper with a pen to put your name and number. You got through, amazing. So if anyone didn't get that, you can do it. And does anybody want to share something? Their painting, a thought, a word, a blessing for the new year. Question. Yeah.
Basically, the first time that we were like singing and like with our eyes closed and everything, I kind of imagined like the energy in the room, like flowing around, kind of like wind and clouds, and it was like pink and purple and like white, like stars everywhere. And we were talking, like me and Bobo were talking earlier about how this lamp was moving, and we were like, maybe it's the energy that's making it move.
Wow.
So in my painting, I wrote this like. That like energy all around and the lamp moving.
Wow.
And there's empty at the bottom.
Wait, can I take your picture holding your painting? Do you mind? So cool. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. What's your name? Raising.
You said about how you have an idea that you start off with, and as you keep on going and painting, it always changes and something new always happens. And I think that's also something very big in life. Like there's a saying, God plan, we plan and God laughs.
Right.
You may have something in mind, but something may switch up, and it's could be all for the best. And this was really amazing and fun. So thank you so much.
Nice. Beautiful. Thank you.
All the time.
Yeah, God is laughing a lot.
That is very true.
Thank you so much.
In my painting, this is my painting, and in my painting, it's very deep to me. think everyone can relate in life. Usually, life. I'm talking about like when real life starts, not as a kid, but like as an adult. Life usually starts off hard. You got to figure yourself out. You got to make hard decisions, and it's hard. It's dark, and we gotta swim out, and we gotta find the light and travel through that darkness to the light, because there's a tunnel and there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I kind of made that we start at the darkness and we travel through, and there's me in the light, and there's the clouds and the birds. Yeah, that's what it took. So thank you so much. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Thank you for sharing. So good. Okay, great. So I actually got very emotional when I do this. A lot of the pictures, the colors that I painted, when my eyes were closed and the chauffeur and just talking, I just kept seeing these colors just like swirling around me. And yesterday was a really heavy day, but also we're in beautiful times. So I just tried to incorporate it all. Thank you for that opportunity.
I could share.
Great. Okay. So,
I loved meditation as usual, and I liked that as we started painting, you put a lot of emphasis on you're just expressing, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I mean, I don't even know if you said that, but that's what I took out of it.
Yes.
Because I tend to be very perfectionisty, so it's good to have that as a reminder to be able to just let it change again and again and again. And I feel like my art expressed a bit of my journey recently. So this is it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Professional.
And then I did not finish this at all, but this is me dancing in nature. Because whenever I meditate or I don't know, just think about happiness, I always just picture me dancing in a field. So I kind of drew it a bit.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's so nice.
I really enjoyed this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys.
Thank you so much. It's awesome. I love how so many different things can come out of one situation. It's every time it's so amazing because everyone's so unique, Anybody else want to share? Yeah.
So at first I had no idea what I was painting. As Yosef was talking, the idea started flowing, talking about oros and kalim, lights and vessels. So one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot lately was the idea of Shavisi Hashem Negitami, that finding God in all colors, all the vicissitudes of life. So pretty much my painting, at first, you actually have to really look at it carefully to see all the things that I've written. So you have oros, you have Shavisi Hashem, you have kalim, Bereshis, Tachis Hayadiyah Shalom Edam, and basically the idea is that if you just look at it, if you're not looking carefully, then it just looks like just a bunch of different colors scribbled on a paper. But once you actually start seeing the pattern of the colors representing these thoughts, and actually, the different images, different imagery, and the different emotions that emerge from each one of these meditations, you can say, really, I guess that was something that was going through my mind and my heart as I was drawing this. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
All the darkness really is light letting come out through it. It's imagine a ball with a spark inside, and the ball is darkness, but really dog to be able to be open up
share mine. So the lines, the movement is really like the shofar. Is the lines of the curvature of the shofar, and it's moving inwards and upwards. It's ani v'dodi. And I was thinking a lot about like light and the moon and just the whole idea of like cycles and changes, and new beginnings. And think of like a circle as like it's a completion, and this idea of a beginning and end, but you don't know where it starts, just moves into each other. And I think like that's really what it is. It's like we have new beginnings, but it's like all our who we are and what we are, and it just goes in a circular motion while we're like in growth, in a place of growth. And yeah, I was also thinking about how the lamed looks like a little bit like a shofar, like in its own way, like the curves of it. And I was thinking of so it's me and God. Just the sound of the shofar and in a deep state of meditation.
I don't really have a major intention, and a lot of times when I paint, like it's pretty dark. So I kind of decided to do like more. I feel like there's a lot of heaviness and newness and just unknown in my life right now. But I also love the like. I love that it's a process and it's a journey, and like there's a lot of joy in that, like in that it's like unknown and there's so much like mystery. So I kind of like just did this, and then at the end I wrote in Yiddish, on like little letters like "Subrunt," it burns, and then over here I wrote "Anam Kanachayach," like almost like there's no, it's very like it's flowing within it, but like in all these processes, like Hashem is here, and it's not like, oh, I can't escape him. It's more like everywhere I am, he's there. So there's literally light in every place, and like the empty white space is also kind of intentional because there's so much more movement that can happen. And it's kind of like, I feel like it's a moving paint. Like I really feel like it's a moving thing, this. And there's a lot of like energy for moreness.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Beautiful. Yes, the question. Yeah. It says you said it burns?
Yeah.
What burns?
Like there's a fire that's burning inside me.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. So awesome. There's a lot of space there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
In order for fire to move, you need to have air. And so there's space for air in order to breathe, in order to cause that fire to spread out. So that air is a necessity. So if you let out the air, then the fire can burn.
So
So I share something. I guess I'll share mine. That's what it is. I kind of wrote. It was like. I mean, I really like to like go towards simplicity when I do art because like life is so complicated, and it's like an opportunity to try to go like really simple. So first I was just kind of like doing circles, like simple, and then it started to get like squiggly around, got a little bit more complicated, and then I kind of wove into the mess of it all the words Or Chadash Al Tzion Ta'ir. I don't know if you really see them, but just Or Chadash Al Tzion Ta'ir, that a new light should shine. So that's what came.
Wow.
Anybody else want to just say anything or show their painting?
Somebody was sitting on the floor.
Yeah, I know there's a couple people like I saw heads popping over there. Hi guys. Hey. Did you paint? Do you want to share? Okay. Okay. No worries. Okay, amazing. So, do like one more song. I'll just like say little things and one more song to just like pull together. But like, I just want to share with you all, like whenever I do these types of sessions, so I like to end it off with a Yehi Ratzon, to kind of try to pull together what's come up and what we're learning and integrating and bring it through. So I feel like this session, it's like really chazak that everybody came. Like it's very specific. Like if you came, you were meant to be here, all of us, like including me and everyone. And it's very strong for like, I just feel like it's so like, now I know like Rosh Hashanah is really coming. Like I'm not sure if I knew before. Like it kind of dawned on me with being together with everyone and kind of focusing in this way. So say Yehi Ratzon that we should have the best year yet ever, and a lot of newness and a lot of light and a lot of tapping into being the light and being the vessel and finding that synergy and connection of light and vessel, of being a physical person in the world who has so much light and spirit to bring to the world. We should all be blessed to bring our light to the world more and more. A lot of health and happiness, and we should do it together. Do it together with achdut and a lot of beautiful expression and harmony. So thankful for everyone to come. Thank you so much, Yosef, for doing it together anymore. Yeah.
Go for the song?
Yeah.
Do the pieces of vessels.
Yeah.
We're actually also just speaking to Shevach and I were speaking today as well about possibly maybe a couple of don't know exactly when, but a bit of Shabbat experience as well in Tzfat, so could always be in touch and then my chat or Okay. And this song also we were saying what's really important as well when we connect to light, that we're constantly always creating the vessel for ourselves to be able to receive it. And the more that we're able to expand our vessel, and the more that we're able to then receive more and more light in a healthy and integrative way. So I think, bless us all, we should be able to constantly build our vessel and be able to open it up in a way where we're able to then just continuously fill it and build it and fill it and build it and fill it and build it. Especially as we're heading to the new year. And feel free to sing along when you catch it. There's a vessel to receive. There's a vessel for the saints to receive. There's a vessel bring down the love, bring down the love, down the light.
Another one.
Try to feel the sound.
Do a last song. It's very actually also all about what we were doing, tapping into imagination. So here we go. Call me backwards into death. Lost in its grave, I'll have my when whispering, you're so gently, come backwards into death. He comes Thank you. Thank you, Shevach.
The chauffeurs are awesome touch.
Yeah,
Getting us in the spirit.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
I'll take off.
Also, I like your idea a lot with the chauffeurs.
There's another one.
Wait, this is every Tuesday night you guys do something?
Yeah, so
In Jerusalem or in Shevach?
here,
Close.
right here. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So next week, so you put your name on the
Yes.
list. So I'll send out a message about. I have to clarify what's happening next week, but we're going to continue after the Chagim. Like we're coming up now. It's like almost Rosh Hashanah, but like
Right.
it's like keep an ear out.
Right.
We'll
For
post
sure.
stuff. Keep coming, yeah. Like the more we get together, the better.
What's your name?
Yosef.
I know. I went to your concert. Sorry, what's your name?
Shevach.
I am.
Yeah. I remember you. Thank you guys so much for coming. Tודה רבה.
That was so awesome. Thank you both. Leading this is so awesome.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, it was expressing for me. This was awesome.
Yeah, you can always put your paintings up on your fridge, you know, and look
On my
at
bed,
it,
on my bed.
and you can remember.
100%. This is not going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just
Valuable.